Let's start. Let's try to review what was my lesson po yesterday. You can tell me, unmute yourself. What was my lesson yesterday? Kalimutan agad. Ano po? Summer?
Layer style.
Layer styles. Okay, how many layer styles did I give you last time? 5. Okay, who can give me the first type of layer style na binigay ko po kahapon?
Drop shadow.
Drop shadow. Number 2, other people?
Inner shadow.
Inner shadow. Number 3? But the others?
Outer glow.
Outer glow. Number 4?
Outer glow, madam.
Number 4. Ano po yung number 4?
Inner glow.
Inner glow. Number 5? Anong number 5?
Satin?
Hindi pa. Pang 6 po si satin.
Bevel and emboss.
Bevel and emboss. Okay, there are 2 types po na under ni bevel and emboss, and those are what? Under bevel and emboss.
Texture and contour.
Texture and contour. Okay, very good. Next, let's move on to the next po after the bevel. Can you see my screen? Thumbs up po kung nakikita na. Okay, very good. So we have your satin layer effect. So your satin layer or your satin style is very rarely to use. Once you use, I have found for it in the past for recreating vintage effects. So more on, ang satin po kasi, naglalagay siya ng texture sa photo mo. But, ang pinagkaiba lang niya, yung kanina texture ng patterns, while this one is a solid color. Okay? So you can have something like this one. Alam niyo yung mga sa vintage photos na parang may leak na light? Have you seen those po na examples? Sino nakakita nun? Wala? Wala sa bahay ninyo? So mapapansin nyo, kung meron kayong mga photographs sa bahay ninyo na mga luma na, you can check on it, tapos makikita nyo, may mga leak siya ng light. So pwede mo siyang gawin po doon sa Photoshop with the use of your satin. Okay? It looks like this one. So pwede mo siyang ma-change according to the blending mode that you want. Pwedeng multiply, pwedeng darken, and so on and so forth. You can have the opacity, which is the other term for opacity again. Ano po, Raven?
Transparency.
Transparency, and the distance, kung gaano kalayo, and gaano kalaki naman pagdating sa size. So that's number 6. We have your satin. Number 7, we have your color overlaying layer effect. Okay? So it is a the simple layer style that allows you to completely cover a layer with the content of a color. So, when we say overlay, ano bang meaning ng overlay? Ano sa Tagalog ang overlay? Ano Tagalog ng overlay? Candace, anong meaning ng overlay or Tagalog ng overlay? Pag narinig mo yung overlay, anong pagkakaintindi mo sa overlay?
Patong.
Opo, ipapatong. So that means, papatong mo yung color that you chose doon sa layer na ine-edit ninyo. So ano lang po yung changes lang niya na available. So for example, meron kang color green na layer. Tapos pinalagyan mo siya ng color overlay na sabihin nating violet. So, anong mangyayari doon sa layer or sa surface ng layer na yon? Anong color na siya? Violet, malamang. Pag gusto ko siyang i-mix together with the use of the color overlay, paano ko siya magagawa? I want to mix the color of the gray and the green and the violet. Tingnan niyo yung option dito sa color overlay. Ano po?
Blend mode.
Magbe-blend mode. Pwedeng blend mode. What else? Or you can use the opacity. Okay? 50% mo yung opacity nung color overlay mo para makita mo kung ano yung um, mixture ng dalawang color. Let's try. Open ko tuloy yung Photoshop ko. Same lang din pa rin siya kay Photopea ha. Let's try. Can you see my Photoshop po? I'll try to put a color. Pag nag-mix ba tayo ng red and yellow, what will happen? Anong color dapat ang red and yellow? Ha? Orange? Try natin. Red and yellow. Sinabi ko tama. Okay, I'll fill out the layer. Then, paano ko nga ulit ma-access yung ano? Yung layer blending option dialog box. Pwedeng double click, pwedeng right click. Itin ko ha. Paano ang pag-double click ng layer para makita mo yung dialog box? You won't double click it on the name of the layer kasi ang mangyayari, i-rename mo yung layer itself. Okay? All you need to do is double click the layer doon lang sa side ng walang name. May clear space. So makikita nyo na yung layer style dialog box. Doon tayo sa color overlay. Check. Okay. Ang default color po ng cover or overlay ay ano? Color gray. Okay. So, papalitan ko siya ng yellow. So, ano nangyari sa layer ko? Naging color yellow. Sige, try natin gamitin ng blending mode. So, yung iba, pag darken, nawala yung yellow kasi si yellow ay darker or lighter. Lighter. So, ang tendency mawawala siya, di ba? Okay, multiply color burn, linear, screen, color dodge. So, wala siyang, ito, naging, pag soft light, parang naging pinkish siya. Ayan. Ibalik natin sa normal. Gawin natin tong 50. So, what happened to my layer? Naging color orange, light orange. Pwede din na medyo darker. Or, since yung background ko is red, so dapat yung opacity ko lower siya. Okay? Pag syempre, binaliktad ko yung dalawa, gawin natin na yellow yung layer ko. Then, I put a color overlay. Again, color gray po ang default color ni color overlay. So, pag nag-50 ako, automatic orange na orange siya. When I go higher, magiging reddish orange siya. Kasi yung background ko nga is yellow and my color overlay is red. Pag nag-lighter ako, so ang tendency magiging light orange siya. Clear? Okay. Question so far about satin and color overlay? Wala? Okay. Next. We have Bakit laging late grade 10? Okay, this is your color overlay. So, ang dalawa lang ang pwede. We have your blending mode and your opacity. So, pwede din siya sa mga pictures. So, ito yung original photo niya. So, pag nag-color overlay ka, nagiging iba yung color nung or nagkakaroon siya ng filter type. Tama? Okay. Another example, ito. Pwede nyo siyang gawin to. Or you can have your gradient overlay. So, after the color overlay, we have your gradient overlay. When we say color and gradient, what are the difference of the two? Can tell me what is the difference of the two, yung color and the gradient overlay? Same lang yung usage nila. Ano lang pinagkaiba nila? We answer me, grade 10. Parang antok na antok kayo ah. Grade 10. What's the difference of the two? Your gradient and your color overlay. They are the same na mag-overlay sila ng color, pero when it comes to the appearance, ano pong itsura nila? Grade 10.
Yung color, isang kulay lang.
Yung color, isang color lang. Yung gradient is?
Mix of two or more.
Okay. So, pwedeng nagkaroon siya ng tatlong colors. For example, kagaya nito, we have black, white, and sa gitna niya color, gray. Okay? Sorry, ang sakit kasi nalalamunan ni Madam. Apart from its overlay, your object with the color gradient rather than a color. So, ganitong itsura niya. So, under your gradient color, meron tayong blending mode. We have your opacity again. We have your gradient, which is dito nyo ilalagay yung colors ninyo. When we say reverse, anong meaning ng reverse? Ang ganon, BVs. Ano? Yung dalawa, anong mangyayari doon sa dalawang color? When we say reverse. Mindy? When we say reverse, ano pong meaning ng reverse? From the word reverse. Anong Tagalog ng reverse? Ayan na naman kayo sa mga sign language yung hindi ko na naman maiintindihan. Both the others. Gusto kong marinig yung mga boses ninyo. Ang mga sumagot pa lang sa akin si Summer, si Raven, si Kelsey, si Candice. Kanina sumagot dati si Mindy. Summer, anong Tagalog ng reverse?
Baliktad.
Baliktad. Ibabaliktad lang po, ha? Masyado yung pinapahirapan yung sarili nyo. We have the style kung linear siya, the angle of yung pag-mix ng colors and the scale. So when we say style of the gradient can be linear, radial, angle, or reflected, or diamond. Yung style niya kasi, pwede kasi yung pagka-gradient niya, parang paslanting, or pakita ko sa inyo ha. I'll open my Photoshop again. Okay, I'll change pwede ko siyang i-right click, then blending option. We have your gradient overlay. So, two-tone siya, di ba? Ang default color niya ulit ay black, gray, and white. So, this one is a linear style. Paano siya naging linear? Kumbaga, straight line siya na minix yung colors. When nag-change ako into radial, when we say radial, what do you mean of radial? Pabilog. Okay? So, yung pagka-gradient niya, pabilog din. When we say angle, ano sa tingin yung itsura ng niya? Gradient niya? Wala? Let's try. Meron siyang straight line dito sa taas. Kasi nakadepende po siya sa angle na nilagay mo dito sa baba. Clear? Sorry, sakit ang lalamunan ko. Next, we have your reflected. Pag reflected, anong meaning ng reflected? It's like looking at ano po, mirror. 'Di ba? Tama? Ala. Balik ko ha. Sorry, sakit ng lalamunan ko. Next, we have your diamond. Ano bang itsura ng diamond? Ganyan. Very good summer engraving. So, pa-diamond naman din siya. So, how can I change the color? May reverse pala dito. So, you can reverse the color. Pwedeng kagaya nito. From yung white background, magiging black background siya. Or, can change color if you want. Pwedeng ganito. Ganyan. So on. It's up to you on how will you do it. Okay. Align with the tayo niya na naman mag-play. So under your gradient color also, you can change the color of your gradient. Something like this one. Meron ditong setting button. You can make your own gradient if you want. Tapos if you want to change the color of your gradients, kasi di ba meron na siyang mga given na siyang specific dito. All you need to do is just double click the gradient para makita niyo yung gradient editor dito sa Photoshop. So you can make your own. So pwede niyo siyang i-change if you want. Something like this one. Clear? Question for gradient. No? So paano ko siya pwede gamitin? Example. You can use this one on your text. Something like this one, yung gradient overlay. Yung sa taas niya ay color what? Medyo whitish or grayish, di ba? Then sa gitna niya, gray, and sa dulo niya is more on a darker side of the gray. Okay, you can have this one, na radial ang style. Sa gitna yung light color going down, out ng light yellow ay dark yellow naman. And you can have you have color gradient and the pattern overlay. Same lang din siya kay color and gradient, pero anong pinagkaiba lang nila? May pattern. It can be a bubble pattern. It can be a brick pattern. Anything that you want, it's okay. So, lahat din po siya nag-work out sa lahat ng layers. And same lang din siya kay texture effect kay bevel and emboss. Okay? So, ang itsura niya ay something like this one if you're going to use text. So, eto, stones to na layer, or I mean, pattern. So, pwede mo siyang ma-change. Ayan. This one is lines. Different types of lines. Last, we have your stroke layer effect. When we say stroke, anong meaning ng stroke? Sa design na, hindi stroke sa puso ha. Other term for stroke. Other term, pwedeng letter B, pwedeng letter O. Nag-start. Ano po, Summer?
Outline.
Outline or your border of your layer. So, ang ano niya lang po, ang use niya lang is to put a border or a outline on your layers. Pwede siya sa text. Ganito. Pwede mo siyang lagyan ng stroke effect, or you can have the gradient na style ng strokes. Okay? Clear? So, paano, madam, kung halimbawa, I'll try to do this one ha. Pakita ko sa inyo. Asan yung logo ng Hope? Okay, let's try this one. Last na tong example then. Next meeting, let's try to make a activity. Okay, what if I want to put a outline on the logo of You Hope? So what will I do? So all I need to do is right click the layer itself. So layer to see ano ko, logo ni Hope. And I want to put a stroke effect. I'll check. Bakit kaya yung stroke ko nasa gitna, nasa ano, pa-square type? Bakit hindi dito? Other people, wag na si Summer. Lagi na lang si Summer ang nagsumasagot sa akin. Bang taon naman. Bakit yung, ano ko, yung logo ko meron box? Bakit? Uy, people. Grade 10. Wala. Summer, ano explanation mo kanina?
Kasi madam, yung ano, yung layer na yun, di pa man na ano, naalis yung like white
Yung?
sa labas.
Okay, very good. Hindi siya kasi naka-PNG na file. That means naka-JPEG effect siya. So, ang tendency, why I'm teaching you this one, kasi baka magtaka kayo na nag-edit kayo na sa iba siyang outline na pupunta. So, you need to make sure all of your pictures are in PNG or kung hindi, tanggalin na yung white backgrounds or black backgrounds. Okay? I'll remove the effect. So, if I'm using a transparent, all I need to do is to remove the white background. So, paano malalaman kung transparent yung picture? Dahil po sa ang background niya ay pixels ng black, ay ng gray and white. So, pag naglagay na ako ng effect dito, and I put stroke, asan na yung ano ko, outline ko? Di ba nasa logo na itself? Clear? So, ganun lang naman yung mga most common mistakes when you're using the layer style effect. So, next meeting, I'll just give you an activity po to practice all of the layer effects. Question. Are you sure? Ilan na yung binigay ko sa inyong layer effect? Ilan? Nung kahapon, 5. Ngayon, 5. Ilan na lahat? Magkano na lahat? 10. Okay, if you don't have questions, be ready for an activity po by next meeting. Goodbye, grade 10.
Bye, madam.
Hi, madam.
Bye, madam.